Welcome, Totem Pole Nation, to Lambo's World of Sports, presented to you by Sideline Sports Network. I'm trying to tell you something that college football is this week. We are 5 days away from the first college football game, actually. 5 days away. Um, but I think the University of Florida versus Utah, this game will be played on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Um, I think it's a very, very, very exciting game. Utah won the Pac-12 last year, and Florida is trying to rebuild under the second-year head coach and Billy Napier. Um, the quarterback position for both teams. So Cam Rising probably would not start week one, which is tough. They'll lose their quarterback because Cam Rising did tear his ACL in the bowl game last year. So we won't find out who the quarterback is, so probably later today or closer to game day on Thursday for the Utah Utes. With Florida, their starting quarterback is Graham Mertz. How does Florida feel? What does Billy Napier going to bring to the table? Are there going to be a passing offense? What's going to be new? What's going to be brand? The Florida Gators last year started off 6-6. That was the final year, first year head coach Billy Napier, 6-6. Tough losses. They lost Anthony Richardson. What does Florida bring to the table? They're aggressive on defense. I think there's a lot of question marks for the University of Florida, but also a lot of questions for Utah, not having a starting quarterback. If the starting quarterback for Utah might be Brandon Rose as well, but they also have junior Bryson Barnes and redshirt freshman Nate Johnson in the competition for the starting quarterback as well for Cam Rising. I'm not sure when he will be back because he tore the ACL in January. So that's huge, especially for Cam Rising's, senior year as well. He'll likely play probably for a period of time, but we'll see how that goes. So it looks like Cam Rising will not be part of the team for a while with the ACL injury. So that will be huge along those lines. But here's the question here. Here's the question to a lot of things. Will Utah win the Pac-12? Utah last year, by the way, did beat the University of USC twice last year. So there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of concerns coming into that. Florida, they hadn't been to the SEC championship game since 2020. It's a lot of question marks for both teams at the quarterback position. It's a home game for Utah, but it looks like, Utah is given a 67% chance to still win this game despite having the quarterback hurt and whatnot. So for Florida, I mean, they also lose their running back for the season as well. So he has a knee injury as well. So Cam Carroll is out for the season with a knee injury. He tore his ligament during a scrimmage on Saturday. So a lot of injuries that happened with Florida. Now, since they have the injury for Florida, they're looking at 6 year. They're looking at Montrell Johnson and Trevor Etienne for the running back spot. Since Cam Carroll's out with a knee surgery, so you got the running back is out. Then for Utah, you have the quarterback out. So a lot of injuries. Florida has been banged up all year, or all of camp, especially the defensive players, they've been hurt as well. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Florida will bring in a good mindset for Graham Mertz. I think they'll be okay, but with injuries, it's going to be very tough. So I'm still going to pick Utah to win, to beat Florida, but I'm just not sure by how much. So we'll see how that goes along the lines. Graham Mertz is the starter for Florida. We don't know who the starter is for Utah. We'll probably figure that out closer to game day with the Cam Rising ACL injury that happened last year, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. Totem Pole Nations, Lambo's World of Sports, presented by Sideline Sports Network. Don't forget to tune into the previous content. Don't forget to tune into more content as well of Lambo's World of Sports. We're presented by Sideline Sports Network. We are the low man for the totem pole. We will be catching you later on. Go Utah.